Hey, this is Notser, and this is Untitled. This week, we're going to talk about my love affair with Royal Navy containers. Also, I want to touch bases with the Vanguard tease that was made public. There's a reason why I didn't make content on it, and I'll get to that. And then, finally, Halloween 2018 is fast approaching. Public test server has given the opportunity to test the event. I want to talk more freely on it. The game in the background is myself in the Tier 10 German cruiser Hindenburg on the map Sleeping Giant. It is a cluster. There's another descriptor there, but I'll let you figure it out once we get to it. Hopefully you enjoy the game. So, the Royal Navy containers. Yes. I am in love with the design. I love opening over 250 containers only to not have access to one of the 4 Royal Navy destroyer missions. What mission am I talking about? Oh, I'm talking about the Lightning mission, and you're probably well aware. Oh, last time I checked, 150. Well, every day I'm getting 5, 10, 20 gifts, plus I'm opening them through the directives and all that stuff, and it's just infuriating, but something absolutely wonderful happened yesterday. While on stream, I had a viewer gift me 10 containers. DW forever. Thank you. Yours was the one. I had so many people were like, my gift is going to be the one. It's going to give you the Lightning mission and everyone's going to be happy. And thank you everyone who contributed gifts. I really appreciate it. You should not have had to do it. And I definitely understand that. And obviously, I'm in a unique position to have the kindness offered to me through the community. But we finally got it at container, 250, 250 plus. Who's keeping score? I finally saw the Lightning mission appear, and I am in the process, I still haven't even unlocked it, in the process of earning enough base XP so it can sit in my inventory. I absolutely hate the design of this system. There needs to be some RNG protection because, I recognize that I'm an extreme case when it comes to this. I have no luck at all. I literally have 0 luck in life. It's verifiable. Over the 29 years I've been alive, 0 luck. I've always had to make my own luck. And this is just another example of life screwing me, and I'm sure many of you have the exact same experience. You feel just as unfortunate, just as unlucky. If you were to go buy a lottery ticket, you are literally throwing money away because there's no possibility that you would ever get anything of note. And you know what? I'm talking for you. I'm speaking on behalf of all of you who have always dealt with these systems, and they seem to be an ever-present, ever-growing, unfortunate design choice that a ton of games are going towards, these RNG containers loot boxes, where they offer the potential to get something that could be revolutionary, give you something. But the only thing they give me is frustration. And honestly, they make me quit playing games. My girlfriend already hates most games now because they're always about this. They're always about this RNG. Oh, well, you can spend money to get past it. Yeah. No. I would literally rather sleep than play a game that offers this bad of RNG. I would have just stopped. I'm going to be completely honest with you. If I wasn't doing this for a living, I probably would have quit the game. I probably would have just stopped and said, you know what? I'm going to come back when this is not stupid. And that's how I view this stuff. And maybe that's how extreme it has to be to get the real change that we want. Because, they just had that RNG, Belgium or whatever. They passed some law that you can't do some gambling boxes. And this is a part of it. Well, guess what they've done? They just disabled all that for Belgium. They're just going to do that. Until a significant amount of people say no, it's going to be the case. That's what we're going to deal with. So I was just livid by the whole experience. I'm not directly faulting wargaming because We know that pretty much every game company does this now with this stupid RNG. I've had to deal with it in World of Warcraft. I've had to deal with it in Battlefield. I've had to deal with it literally everywhere. League of Legends, Call of Duty, all these random things that get offered. I have to deal with it. And you know what? That's okay. I understand that. But if we can just suggest that Wargaming slightly tweak it to have some RNG protection, I think everyone would be happy. I wouldn't care if every 20 boxes or every 30 boxes gives you a chance at a mission. Any one of the 4 missions, or any mission in particular that they're rewarding. I wouldn't care at that point. Then I would have a verifiable number that I would need to reach in order to unlock it, and I wouldn't feel like it might never happen. Which it absolutely felt like it was never going to happen. I mean, who would think that you would have to open 250 containers to get a single mission? Really? Really, Wargaming? Just infuriating. And I don't like it. There's my thoughts on that. Now, another thing that I don't like, Vanguard. There are multiple people who are like, you got to talk about this. Did you see this? Did you see the stats? Yeah, of course I saw the stats. They're terrible. But I also don't like teasing these ships like this. I can't play them. They literally sit in a port. And I talk about stats, which are already out of date, I must say. Apparently, the stats on the public test server are older than the dev blog that they teased probably like 2 weeks before. So half of the ships have tons of stats that are completely irrelevant, even more so. But for the Vanguard in particular, its Citadel has to be the highest in the game. It's a tier 8 battleship with the Citadel, that's the size of a cruiser. It's on the outside of the ship. It has terrible turret traverse. It has 381mm guns, which isn't a big deal at tier 8, but it's a big deal in the current climate at tier 8 because all you're playing are tier 9s and tier 10s. A ton of tier 10s who are grinding out legendaries. And, the single solution to the problem, arms race, is just a test. It's just a test. That's why we don't have anything offered. Okay, well, it's just not going to be played. And the queue is just going to be horrible again. Wow. Magical, right? It's almost like it's not even the game, because it might as well not be. Can you tell that I'm a little frustrated by it? Yes, I'm frustrated by it. So, I don't really think that the Vanguard is going to be released in that state. And if it does, boy, a lot of CCs, super testers, a lot of people had to screw this up. There's no way I am going to sign off on something that isn't fun or isn't at least remotely competitive. No way. So I can't wait to actually be able to play it instead of just tease it to you. I hate the teasing. I feel so degraded by teasing it in just a simplistic way. It needs to be played. It needs to be seen. It needs to be talked about in the elements of the gameplay itself, not some stupid stat sheet. And that's what it ends up being. Just talk about a stat sheet. So I was just incredibly disappointed with the Vanguard, incredibly disappointed with the community's disappointment. You all don't deserve to be disappointed over this, but in fact, everyone is. I also saw something about West Virginia needs to have a name change or something. I have no idea on that. We'll see what happens. It's all on Wargaming on how much they want to make tweaks to it. I just hope that they'll recognize that this was not the right approach for the Vanguard, and hopefully they'll fix it, alleviate any concern that the community might have. But that's where we're at right now. Pretty much looking at a ship that will absolutely have multiple things change about its power level and the stat sheet, and I'm just not gonna play their little game. I will not reward such a terrible version of a ship with even 1 second of being visible on my channel. Not 1 second. I am just so disappointed in that whole Vanguard situation. It's a tier 8 premium British battleship. It deserves to at least be attractive, and it's a ship that actually existed. People have recognized the name. So yeah, that's my feelings on it. I'm just incredibly, incredibly disappointed that it was teased in its state. So we'll see what happens. As far as the final topic that I want to touch on, Halloween 2018, I'm very excited for the submarine operation. It's really fun. I think everyone's going to enjoy themselves. The only people that won't enjoy themselves are those who take themselves too seriously. This is a video game. It is a very arcadey video game. One of the most arcadey aspects is the fact that torpedo launchers can be rearmed without having to go into port or go into somewhere to get more torpedoes out of combat. Also, main battery, if they were fired forward or aft, guess what? The whole ship would shake to pieces. So there are a lot of aspects of the game that are not real. Let me reiterate that again. There are a lot of aspects to this game that are completely fabricated. And yet, this seems to be the line that won't be passed. And it feels very weird to me, because it is so fabricated in other aspects that, yeah, the 34 knots that a submarine goes is ridiculously fake. Yeah, the freezing torpedoes that literally turn the engine, the steering, and the main battery off is completely made up. It's a Halloween event. We can't have any read on the actual gameplay, so just try and enjoy yourself. I love that Wargaming actually makes Halloween content. My other favorite developer, Blizzard, also does this, and I appreciate that most of the world is in the process of catching on to how awesome Halloween is. But I'm an American. I've had the knowledge that Halloween is awesome for a really long time, so I'm just really excited that everyone gets a chance, even in a video game, to experience it. I think they did a great job with it, and I can't wait to play it on live. I hope this was interesting. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you next time.